Welcome to a spirit animal message. And if today is your birthday, I'd like to say happy birthday. And I started this already and have a video that is in my shorts. Feel free to check that out. And also, feel free to like and subscribe this video if it does resonate to you. If there's anything in the video that you like, feel free to like and subscribe or give suggestions on future videos. I am always open to suggestions. Okay, so without further ado, we have a sleepy puppy. So if anybody resonates to a sleepy puppy or a mischievous cockatiel, your spirit animals are with me. Dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So, feeling this dragon energy, right? And for me, when I see the dragon, I think of our frequencies, right? I think of how we have this energy body, and I think about how the dragon is of this higher dimensional creature, right? It's not in this, it's not of this actual dimension. So when it's the first card out, I think of how the energy I'm reading is of a higher vibration. Or you're bringing in more light, because we all have the capacity for this, okay? However, because it doesn't matter who you are, if you're here, you resonate to this. You resonate to the fact that your energy body is receiving more light, so you receiving more information about the spiritual world, in a form that you not only, it's not just like you learn something and as it passed by. You're getting information that you resonate to. It's like you've done your own research on top of getting these external and internal. It's like internal downloads that the external confirms. And finding the resonation through, and that resonance is frequency matching frequency. So your vibration is in this heightened state, and you're matching frequency with the spiritual world in this way. And sea otter, be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. And I always say, God be more me when I sneeze. Your good destiny of love is sure. So I feel like, remember to allow the universe stay open, because I had this thought a little short while ago of abandon the darkness. So you're being more receptive towards the light. So it's like you're only accepting the truth. Only accepting of truth, which is leading to happiness. Because what does being disillusioned do? It unboxes us from ways of being that are not who we actually are, but things that we aren't capable or whatever weren't able to let go of. So being able to let go of things that have left you in the dark. Unicorn, infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. And when we're allowing more light in our energy, and we're allowing we've gotten to this side within ourselves where you're perceiving this world in just, you're going to be seeing how infinite your possibilities actually are shortly. I feel this is the message I feel card, and it's again this high frequency, high vibrational creature of unicorn, where the spiral coming out of the horn, it could represent like creating your own reality. And the butterflies, I think of how they represent transformation. So it's like you're going through this transformative time where you're raising your frequency, you're perceiving yourself in a way where you're always preparing in this more energetic way towards your goals. So you're more in resonance with yourself versus in resonance with projections. You are projecting you're more in control of your projection that you're putting out into the world. And that's going to lead that's giving you the room, the space to perceive or to allow more to come into your life. Where is... We are missing a deck. Oh. Okay, good girl. Oh, she does not like my shoulder. She loves my head. Mouse. Be persistent and incisive, and all obstacles will be overcome. Be persistent and incisive. All obstacles will be overcome. So it's funny, I saw a mouse outside and like it was in its natural place, so it wasn't like it was in this high vibrational space, right? Because it's not in my house, it's not in your house. It's just doing its thing, scurrying around. Just trying to make a correlation possibly with that. So in your natural state, even in your natural state, I think of what mouse represent in archetypes. When we say, you're being a mouse, it's like you're being a representation of yourself that makes you like prey to other people. It's almost like when you hear someone speak of this like archetype type, I don't know, like mentality of mouse, you think of someone that is like weak of mind, weak of emotion, someone who, you know, other people would possibly scapegoat, this kind of energy. But what people don't realize is doing that to a person over time, you're actually, you know, we have this capacity for, being all these other things, right? Be a dragon or, you know, a T-Rex. You balanced your mouse and your T-Rex in a way that's led to, like, even as a mouse, you're not a mouse. You're just persistent and quiet. And it's like you are just being you in your natural state, and people can perceive that as you being a mouse. Because I was thinking about it, like, what is a mouse if it's in your house and it's just like doing something nuisance, right? But earlier today, that's not what I saw. The energy I saw with this mouse, it was in its natural state. It was very persistent about gathering what it needed to survive. And it had no, you know, mind of what was going on around it, because it was just doing its natural, it was doing itself, right? Be yourself. And the natural world is a really great way to find messages. Like if you see something that you wouldn't normally see in nature, I would do some research. What could that be representing? Because Mother Earth is an extension of us. So you think about how the earth is actually conscious of you, whether you realize it or not. Woo. Woo. Okay, she came back. It dropped on the floor, so I don't want to take it. It's already been a long video, so let me just try to. Don't worry about it, or something like that. Llama, let courage lead you to speak support and overcome a fear of intimacy. Let courage lead you to seek support and overcome a fear of intimacy. Llama. So allowing courage to be what leads you over the alternative, which is fear, which we all could be afraid of things. It's how you're facing a situation that shows how courageous you are. And some situations can be incredibly challenging, so much so that to meet it in the middle, the best way to meet a situation in the middle for some situations is to just like let the other side of the situation be itself and not like attempt to change anything. And maybe that's what you had done. You had not attempted to change any chaos that you knew you could not change, but rather you worked on you, which may have led to this stagnation of intimacy with others, because you were in this more isolation space. or not. This cannot resonate with everyone. But the courage coming in is maybe arousing your ideas of bringing more intimacy into your life so that, you know, you can actually be in tune with it. Orangutan, working to live joyously, not living to work. Working to live joyously, not living to work. Realizing what that means also. And realizing time and the preciousness of it and how, you know, we put so much grind into life to like make it work for us when it already wants to work for us. It's like when we live to work, it's like we work through ego. Like, I'm gonna do. And then time just gets taken, really, in this way. Finding ways to live joyously and not in a way where you're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and are able to at least allow that time with your family. So maybe this is something that's coming in for you, is the message, where work you're putting in to live more joyously, live more freely, live more like anyone would want to, which would have more freedom to just however joy you would ever want to choose for yourself. And that infinite possibility space, right? Because we should, that's something we should all be allowed to have. That's like a divine right we should all have naturally. And perhaps, because it's like when you look at food, right? Some people can look at food, the certain ingredients, and make a masterpiece. Another person can look at the same ingredients and not see what the masterpiece that these ingredients, you know, hold. So when you're in the right vibration, you're seeing ingredients suddenly come together in perfect harmony, if that resonates. And let's pull. It's from tarot. Answer her. Yes. This is. So 9 of Pentacles. And then we also have the 8 of Pentacles, which it's like you're refining your work. things that you've already put work in, you've been putting like this refinement into. One second. Sorry, I just wanted to read something. So this is like that self-sufficiency, building, putting the work in for your self-sufficiency. And there's this Two of Cups. And the inner marriage, this could be a relationship that you're bringing in, actually, because I remember we were talking about the intimacy. I feel like this, actually, I'm just like kind of getting quiet and trying to listen to what I'm feeling. And what I'm feeling as far as the Two of Cups, it's more to do with you being successful because you're putting in work to build long-term self-sufficiency in a way where you're actually able to enjoy life, and it's not all about grinding, but you're actually able to stop and smell flowers, right? Being able to stop and smell flowers, being able to, you're building in this unique way, because I just see how the 8 and the 9 of Pentacles came out together, and then this Two of Cups. So everything you're doing has such organization because you're in alignment with your true self. And you're embodying the soft and hard side of yourself because you're staying true to the self, which is what is bringing that light in, which is bringing in the downloads. And pay attention, like, I don't know if I had said this and I might have already, but paying attention to the world around you. When you're just in your moment to moment, not on your phone, the animals around you. What animals do you see? And what are they doing when you see them? Like I was today, the last couple of days, I keep seeing male robins, not robins, I'm sorry, cardinals. I can't tell if they're playing or if they're like learning how to be in that like competitive energy, like they're babies because they weren't grown cardinals. So it was like this adolescence learning competition but in this like not, it was in this soft way. It was like the bird, it's this beautiful combination of the feminine and masculine for a male cardinal, because it's when they were in this competition with each other, it wasn't aggressive. It was kind of playful and in more of like who can be dominant, who was submissive through more of a playful dance versus fighting. An energy you don't see. Nine of Wands is that you should stand ready about something and maybe hold on to I don't know, reserves of some kind. Hold back information. Hold back unnecessary weight. Something you don't see coming is a potential Five of Cups. And I see this Two of Cups, so I see everything working out. Stand ready. Prepared. If you're not properly prepared emotionally and mentally, you could potentially cause a breakup or your frequency to drop, for you to lose more than you've gained. If you're not careful. Let's see what these cards say. The Alchemist. So like in the beginning of the read, same sort of energy of, that's what I see this dragon as, kind of like this alchemist energy, where your energy frequency, you've alchemized it in this way. And then I see there's this Three of Cups, which symbolizes celebration, bringing other people together, collaboration. The King of Swords knows how to wield that sword, right? Knows how to wield communication, knows how to use the right words in the right time. And I also think how power can lead to accidental it's like you do You're not, without realizing it. Because you're so confident. Sometimes that sword can slip. And maybe that's the message. So yeah, the moon. And when I started this reading in my shorts, I was thinking of the moon. And what I think of when I see the moon in tarot is something yet to be revealed. And this was, again, me pulling at the base of the deck. And I always associate that with energy to be revealed. And I have this, like, again, confirmation of energy yet to be revealed. So it could be even where it has yet to be, you haven't lived that moment. Yes, and all possibilities are all running in at the same time. Go in and do that work to disillusion yourself so you're clear. However you clear yourself so that you're properly wielding your voice and your intentions and your view of how another may take something you say, even though maybe you have like good intentions, but maybe it's like something could get lost in translation, and it's making the right decision. See, in this image, there's all these choices, right? But some of these choices are like, they don't look like they're good choices. So if you pick the wrong cup, it depends on which, but you gotta keep going. You gotta choose. However, choose with resonance. Make sure you are clear enough so that at least you are making more, when you're wielding that fastness, that power, that confidence, you don't make an accidental in between mishap that leads to it's like an energetic heartbreak of some sort, is what I feel. Let's pull from another deck, because I still... I'm nosy. I want to know what this is about exactly. You have your energy, your frequency is risen. So maybe you've made a connection with someone since your energy is risen. And if you're not careful, you could ruin it with what you say unintentionally. I just saw the Tower. Take the first card. The Five of Swords. That means somebody is working with deceitful energy. around you anyways. So what's that about? Okay. So you got the King of Pentacles, which means long-term commitment that could potentially end or has ended. However, you're getting a new beginning. Things could be blocked right now because of Devil energy and Hermit energy. So she left and came back. So maybe you had okay, something that's long term that could potentially fall away. I understand what I was just, that's why I didn't keep it, because I didn't understand it. And now walking away from the cards and just continuing to shuffle, I understand what it was saying. It was, you have a long-term relationship building, and if you have this mishap, or this mishap is maybe inevitable, it's like you can't avoid it, basically. However, through it, like going through it, it's going to give the situation a rebirth. Which in the rebirth, it finds its actual long-term commitment. Because sometimes when something's built unsteady, and it was so unsteady that it was capable of falling apart, it's better to just allow it to. So that way it can be built back up in a healthier way. Is maybe the message that I didn't really understand. So let's pull one of these for advice. This is a long one. This is the Flower of Life and a Phoenix. So it's like that. This is a silhouette. So it's it was a symbolize how we are in perpetual rising. Like we're always, it's like there's always that thing that we're rising from in life. So it's like getting better at life with emotional balance and understanding. Advice: if you can rethink, you plan. If you can't come clean, you don't try and make things worse by hiding your actions. So if you can't come clean and don't try and make things worse, advice: if you can rethink your plan. If you can't come clean, don't try. because you're going to make things worse by hiding your actions. Carefully assess your resources and invest them wisely. Value good work, but don't purchase above your means. And create as much comfort and beauty in your world as you can, and pay attention to the smallest of details. And that was something that I really kind of picked up earlier, is to pay attention to the small details. And then this one really speaks to this energy, really also, of how utilizing your words can create and make something worse. So being that light energy and being authentic and honest. Anyone who isn't honest with you, letting those people go, not attaching to them. We're going to do a card from this deck right here. And that is the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life. Living with a Feathered Heart. And let's pull one of these. I invoke laughter. Which is why I let this one stay on my head the entire time. The intention was to allow laughter to be invoked. Right? So, thinking of that mindset of not being afraid to be being a representation of the clown, the playful clown, who isn't afraid to be unique in a way that induces laughter in pleasant ways, while also getting across information. So maybe that is part of wisdom that is definitely the one needed for the situation, because it seems like it's about how you're going to talk to somebody and how it's done can shift an entire situation to where it has to go through like this entire rebirth. I still feel like it's how your words are used. I invoke laughter. $26. To invoke laughter is to tickle the heart, calling forth a sacred smile. It is an invocation of the inner child that lays dormant within every soul. In honoring this virtue, you find resonance with what you can best be described as the medicine of sacred clown, also known as the Heyoka in Lakota tradition, or the crazy wisdom in Tibetan belief systems. This type of shamanic healing and or healer reminds us that it is okay to be silly, that it is fun to be funny. We don't need to overthink, overanalyze everything, because in times of pandemonium, satire can help us laugh through controversy. So maybe finding laughter to help shift a moment. It's like, because that laughter can help lighten a person. Oh, maybe that is the message. When possibly meeting a situation where energies get chaotic in some way, remembering sacred laughter. To invoke fear is to dishonor the virtue of laughter and live in a lie of your own creation. The sacred clown shows us the exaggeration of those who take life too seriously, and how by opening the portal to laughter we can find a type of comfort in the calamity of life's extreme moments and personalities. And being in that open space for others to be that clown without judgment on them. And to even be like, you know what, I have a clown in me too. And here it is, kind of a situation. So that is the reading for this evening. And I pray anyone who came to this reading got something out of it that they can take with them through their life that can just add to how they meet a situation, so that heightened vibration state, I think that's what the message, the energy, it's like you want to stay in that heightened vibration. You don't want to have someone bring you down through like their anger, and remembering sacred laughter as a like commandment to work through. Thank you and have a beautiful evening.